Hello everybody and welcome to another vintage cube draft. This is an interesting pack to start. So all three blue cards are really good. These two are just generically good cards, and this is insane in the right deck. I also like Urza Saga a lot. I think this card is first pickable. There's Ketria Triome, and then there's Fast Bond. Fast Bond is not the kind of card that I typically like to first pick, but it is very, very strong when it's good. Unfortunately, one of its uses is with Time Spiral. And we're not likely to get that. So the problem is we're going to pass this, and then whoever takes Time Spiral is going to be interested in most of the things that work with Fast Bond too. Like draw set. Basically, with Fast Bond, you want draw sevens or you want Crucible of Worlds. And so we could get Crucible of Worlds, but that's still like you need a land, a fetch land. You need a lot to go right for that to happen. To be honest, I think the best pick is Counterspell, which I think I'll do here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Counterspell. This is just like incredibly good interaction. Wow. Then we get past Fractured Identity. So pretty much max rewarded for it. If we had taken Fast Bond, there's like literally no follow-up here. This is the worst pack ever to follow up a Fast Bond. Palette Jailer is so strong. It's like, it's almost in the same category as Fractured Identity, but not quite. So we will take the Fractured. If this somehow comes around, I'll be thrilled. But Counterspell into Fractured Identity is basically as good of a start as you can hope for. Alright, what do we want to do now? Somehow I guess there's only one white card. Maybe we just take the Urza. Yeah, we'll take the Urza. It may or may not end up being being super good, but the upside is definitely there. And like, I'm sad we passed Urza Saga now. Urza and his Saga. But I think that is still the pick. Like, Chandra is probably stronger than Urza. At least that's like a consideration, but I don't really want to dip into a third color before taking the first land. Yeah, let's take Urza. Okay. I think we take the Wandering Emperor here over Venser. Venser is decent, but I think this card is just a bit stronger. There's also Urza's Bauble, or Mishra's Bauble, which is good with Urza. But yeah, let's still take the good card in our colors. Well, how good is the Wandering Emperor? It's pretty good. That -2 can just like take out Murktide Region and save you. Yeah, I think I'm going to take this card. It's kind of close, but we'll take this. If we end up not that heavy white, I could see regretting this. Ooh, good pack here. Glen, Path, and Scalding Tarn. I think I'm taking the Path. Yeah, I love Glen, but let's keep the curve down here. Actually, maybe we just take the Tarn. Path is really, really strong, though. I think I'm taking Path. Really close. If that was a flooded strand, I might take that, but we're kind of hoping to be just blue-white here, although now we have Rogran Triumph, which I think we have to take. Bribery is really good. Yeah, maybe Bribery is so good that we take it anyways. Very, very close pick. We just passed some fixing, but this does help us to cut blue. I think Bribery is just good enough to take over the land. It's close. I feel bad about passing back-to-back great lands for this deck, but I think it is correct here. Okay. I wish that one of those lands could be in this pack. The best card is Dragon's Rage Channeler. But we just passed the Jeskai land, so we're not going to get that much support for Jeskai. We could just take Lion Sash. It's not super exciting, but it looks like the white creature deck is open, and Lion Sash will be pretty good if we're a little more creature heavy. I don't think Archangel Avacyn is really where I want to be. Like, adding a third 5-drop seems a bit dicey. Ooh, that's a late Tundra. That is a sight for sore eyes, my friends. Splinter Twin's good, but that's not really the direction we're going here. Yeah, pretty easy Tundra. Very, very happy to see that. Okay, do we want to take Savannah or Ketria Triumph? I don't really think Flicker Wisp is where this deck wants to be. We'll take the Triumph here. Yeah, we'll take the Triome. May or may not end up using it, but this is like, it allows us 2 potential splash colors instead of 1. And it's also fetchable with more fetch lands. What? 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 Get in here, Palace Jailer. That should never, ever, ever happen, especially in pack 1. Oh boy. We're playing with some bad drafters at this table. I'll tell you that much. Alright, we'll take Student of Warfare here. White's clearly the most open color. I still want to play blue because the blue cards we have are great, but Counterspell in particular is pretty hard to splash, especially in your like Lion Sash Student of Warfare deck. We'll see. Okay, Murktide Regent, not bad. I don't think Spectral Procession is where we want to be, so I'm going to take Sunbaked Canyon. Now I'll take Bane Slayer Angel, and last pick Witherbloom Command. Okay. Well, there's a Mox. Don't mind that. This is not the Mox that I would choose, but you can't really complain when you get a Mox. Demir Signet would be good. Shark Typhoon would be good. Both of these white Planeswalkers would be very nice. But one of the white Planeswalkers should come around. Okay, I think we take Windswept Heath here. I do like Oust a lot. This also could be a good Phantasmal Image deck, but let's make the Discipline pick here. We passed some lands earlier. We're not going to do the same thing again. We also have pretty good removal. Fractured Identity, Palace Jailer, Wandering Emperor, and Path to Exile, all exile things. So, like, I would play the Oust, but it's not like if this was super late, we had good fixing, and we had no removal, I would take the Oust here, but none of those things are the case. So we passed a couple lands that would have been pretty helpful, but we've managed to still construct a decent mana base. These potentially don't help us that much, but at the very least we have 2 blue-white duels, and we still have a while to get more. We also have a pretty easy green and red splash, potentially. Okay, Balance is the strongest card here. It's not really what this deck is trying to do, though. It's good with, like, exactly Mox. I think we're just taking Phyrexian Revoker here. No, I'll take the Balance, I guess. We'll take the Balance speculatively. It might not get there, but the upside is really high, and Revoker is just a lot less important. Okay, this pack is really bad for us. I don't think the Jundland helps the blue-white deck. We're not a Ravagers of War deck. I don't think Steel Seraph is great. Could take Silent Clearing. Yeah, let's take Silent Clearing here. Ooh, okay. Dismember, Cathar Commando, Mother of... Honestly, a lot of good cards for this deck, but yeah, Teferi is incredible. Honestly, a lot of, like... These are the only cards that I am 100% to play. So we are a little bit light on playables. These cards are fine. They're not going to be too bad, but... It's worth noting that we are a bit light on the cards we're thrilled about playing, but we're adding one to the fold here in Miscalculation. I like Narset too, but Miscalc is amazing. Monastery Mentor could get there, but doesn't seem great for this deck. Okay, this is another really good pack. Consider is strong, especially with Murktide. Sower is also fine, but we're definitely taking Skyclave Apparition. This card's great on its own, and it's also great in conjunction with Palace Jailer. Alright, I'm definitely liking this deck a lot. We have good counter magic, good removal, good card draw, broken cards, pretty good fixing. There's not really any holes here. We just need to fill it out and make sure that we end up with enough good playables and a reasonable curve. I guess that's the one thing we're missing is cheap plays. Oh. I think we got to take Solitude here. I love Spar's Headquarters. Let's not make it look like we have a better mana base than we actually do. But Solitude is kind of perfect for this deck. Yeah, once again, I'm passing a great piece of fixing for a good spell. Let it be known that I do this from time to time. Okay, Gideon or Elspeth? I think Elspeth. We have a lot of 5s already. And it's just a more strong card, I think. Gideon is really, really good sometimes. Like, if the -2 is a strong ability against the opponent, then it's a good card. But against control, it's basically just a 6/6. I think we'd rather have Elspeth. Okay, Alice Wield. That's great. Phantasmal Image is fine. It actually plays really well with all of our creatures. But I guess not really Urza. But yeah, we'll take the Oust. We're not playing Field of the Dead. I don't think we're a Sun Titan deck. So we'll speculate on the Scarab God. Okay, Steel Seraph Wield. Fine. This can't target itself. So it's kind of like a 3/3 with flying and lifelink for 3 as a okay floor. Still a card that I'm not really thrilled about playing in the main deck, but it could get there. Wow. Okay, Mother of Runes is a stronger card in general, but I think for this deck we'd rather the Commando. Yeah, we'll take this here. I like that it's interactive. It can kill artifacts and enchantments, which is very relevant. And we don't have that many creatures. We also don't have the kind of creature you really want with Mother of Runes. Like, if they kill your Skyclave Apparition or your Solitude, you don't really care. You play this for the end of the battlefield effect. Where you really want Mother of Runes is for protecting cards like Baneslayer Angel, Elder Gargaroth, cards that are much softer to removal. Still, I would probably play it in this deck, but yeah, I think this is the right pick. Okay, I think I will be disciplined here and take the Seachrome Coast. Ledger Shredder is interesting. It would be better if we take in the Mox. There's also a Moldrifter, which is pretty good. Temporary Lockdown is good against the fast decks. There's also a chance this Seachrome Coast will come around, but I think I don't want to risk it. Our fixing is not where I want it to be yet. We're trying to play a lot of double blue and double white cards. Yeah. Three blue-white duels is the minimum where I think it's playable. Like, I think if you have only two dual lands in your colors, like that's just bad. That's really bad. You like might be able to get lucky and be okay, but three is the point where I think you're okay. All right, a couple solid blue lands, but I think at this point we're just blue-white. Like, we could try to make the Scarab God happen, but that's not even that much payoff for how much work it would be. Memory Deluge is really strong, but it's also expensive, and we have a lot of expensive stuff. I guess our card draw is kind of weak. So Wall of Omens is the card we want most here. This is perfect for this deck. It's exactly the kind of thing we want. But it is potentially going to come around. Memory Deluge definitely will not. I'm going to be a little greedy and go for this. If the wall doesn't wheel, I'll be a bit sad, but it's still, like, that's really only against aggressive decks. Against control, this is, like, one of the best cards you could have in your deck. And also keep in mind, our curve looks high, but Solitude can be a 0. Yeah, we'll take this over the wall. Close pick. Okay, here I think we got to take the Dam. It might wheel, and we could take like Dig and try and wheel the Dam, but we really, really need to have a board sweeper in this deck. We have solid creature removal, but I don't feel comfortable registering a blue-white deck that has no board sweepers, so we'll take that. Our curve is definitely getting a little clunky, so Signets are going to be a high pickup if we can find them. All right, this is a bit of a brick. There is a Steam Vents, but we're not playing red pretty much no matter what at this point. So I'll just take a Destroy Evil for the board. All right, definitely a clunky curve here. We've identified the weakness. These are all the cards that I will play 100%. We could bring in like Balance. Even though we're not a good Balance deck, we could just play Balance to catch up against fast decks. I also think we can play one of these Pain lands, but I don't really want to play both. They're basically strictly better than a basic Plains against anything but aggressive decks. Okay. Retrofitter Foundry is really good with Urza. Thraben Inspector is a good card, but I think with this curve, Signet is just like the best thing we could get. Yeah, we should be able to wheel something from this pack. We'll take the Signet. Okay, we get another chance at one of the Mother of Runes cards, but I think I'm just going to take Kitchen Finks here. Yeah, this is actually a deck that's pretty happy to have Kitchen Finks, I think. It's great with a curve. It's good with Palace Jailer. It can protect Planeswalkers. It's also kind of nice with the Wandering Emperor. If this has a negative, if this dies, comes back with Persist, you can use the Wandering Emperor to put a +1/+1 counter on the Kitchen Finks, and then it can live to die another day. Okay, Colonnade. Oh, Colonnade versus Recruiter of the Guard. Recruiter can find Palace Jailer. That's the reason to play that. I think I'm just still going to take Colonnade, though. This is one of the, like, yeah, Colonnade is just so good. We have no tapped lands. We have medium fixing. Yeah, I'm going to take this. Close pick. Whoa, okay. I wish we had Stoneforge Mystic. We're seeing all the equipment now. I'm going to take this over Cryptic. Alright, the mana really ended up getting there. 5 duels is great. This is probably a 17 land deck plus Signet and Mox. So we're going to play 12 more basics, which means we need 4 more spells. So if the draft ended right now, we could make it work, but hopefully we don't have to, and luckily we don't. Do we want... I don't think we want Lockdown, so it's Ledger Shredder or Muldrifter. We have a really high curve. I think this is a better Muldrifter deck. Nice, the wall came around, so did Adeline, but easy wall. Okay, I don't think we're a Soulfire Grandmaster deck. We're not really a good Dig Through Time deck either, though. But we have no ways to use the graveyard right now. I think I'm still going to take this to have a nice sideboard card against aggro. Okay, I guess we'll take this, not play it. Mana Tithe, that's a card we will play. That's actually a really, really good pickup, too. Okay, this deck is great. We need one more spell that we're thrilled with playing. Otherwise, we're going to be forced to play maybe Student of Warfare. I keep on moving these lines in and out, but again, we'll play one. Giver of Runes, not really the card I was looking for. It would be kind of awesome to get a last pick that we're thrilled with, but even if we don't, this is fine. Maybe I'll just play the Soulfire Grandmaster. It's much better with Time Walk combo, but it's still like, it's a 2/2 with lifelink at its floor, which is good in our worst matchups, and it can play with some of the counter magic. Like using 5 mana to like play Path and rebuy it is not bad. Could also just play Baneslayer, but we have so many 5s already. Could play Lion Sash. You know what? We'll play Lion Sash. I think it's a bit better than Soulfire Grandmaster. It's a worse blocker, but it's much better in the late game. Yeah, we'll do that. Also, just Graveyard Hate can randomly win some matchups. Okay, so if we did this, that gives us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blue, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 white. I think we'll go 11, 10. Oh, wait. We do not need this forest, so we can just go a nice 10, 11. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, 10, 12. Yeah, that's great mana, especially with the Signet. All right, this deck looks sweet. I think it has 3 counterspells, counting Mana Tithe. It has good card advantage, lots of threats. Yeah, should be really good. See you in round 1. All right, here we are for round 1. We're on the play against NP Wins. And a little heavy on the mana sources, but this is definitely a keep. Also, I just realized that I forgot to move my face from the top, so sorry about that. You might have missed one card during the draft, but hopefully you live. Okay, definitely not going to just jam here. We'll pass with Counterspell up. We're not ramping into anything. I guess if we had like the Wandering Emperor, it would be kind of close decision. A blue-white mirror. I really feel like you just play mirrors all the time in Vintage Cube, but that's all right. I think our deck is well suited for the mirror. Good draw. I'm just going to jam Azorius Signet. If they count... Oh, they're F6'd. All right. They pass and go to discard. Okay, I was thinking about jamming Palace Jailer, but given that we drew that, we'll go for the Wandering Emperor instead. And if they just go to discard, I might not even... No, we should play it. Yeah, we should play it. The Wandering Emperor. And then they just discard. Whoa, all right, a lot of stuff going on over there. Play for 2, and I think I'll just jam Palace Jailer here with Counterspell up. Pretty hard to imagine the way they win from this position. I think I'm just gonna counter this, honestly. Like, we could try and counter what they ramp into, but I think just cutting off their mana at the knees is worthwhile here. Now we can bribery them. We can't kill them this turn, but we can kill them next turn. We also just get to see their deck. Okay, so they're not playing Blue-White Control. They're playing Storm. They have some really good cards. They have Fractured Identity and Time Walk and Ragavan and Teferi and Mana Drain. Jeez. Okay. We don't see any green cards here. They might have a Fast Bond in their hand. So they can Mind's Desire into Emrakul. We haven't seen any other ways to put Emrakul into play. Okay. Weird game 1. Honestly, could be a tough matchup. We can cut Dam for sure. We have a lot of removal that we don't need. Bribery's good, although they might cut the Emrakul. Let's bring in Student of Warfare. Yeah, honestly, a lot of our deck does not line up well against this. I don't think I need to cut all my removal, but we can definitely go down on it. Maybe we cut the Path. Baneslayer is just so bad, but I think it is the play here. And... oh, wait, they do have Ragavan. That's kind of awkward for sideboarding. I don't really want to sideboard just against the one-card Ragavan. Because if we cut all our removal and then they have the Ragavan, it's pretty rough. I guess we can just block it. I think this is better than a Plains in this matchup. Silverblade Paladin could speed up our clock. So this is one way we could run it. Do we want Murktide Regent? It's pretty beefy. I don't think so. Do we want Soulfire Grandmaster over one? Maybe Soulfire over Baneslayer. It's cheaper, and also, if we get to 6 mana, we can rebuy Counterspell, which is kind of huge. What about Steel Seraph, just as a 3/3 flyer? Nah, that's too bad. All right, well, we're going to like this. On the play, I'll go up to 18 lands if we get to that point. Okay, not bad. Lion Sash could be some pressure. Consider, okay. I kind of hope they put a permanent into the graveyard so we can grow our Lion Sash, and they do. They have a blue-white start with their mana base once more. I think I'm just going to get the Lion Sash down. Playing Wall of Omens lets us cantrip, so we could find a counterspell. But I think I want to just get some pressure out there. Okay, they play Magda. That's fine. I think I'm just going to develop the board this turn. We could play Wall of Omens, but I don't want to let them attack with this. So we'll do this, and now next turn we can play Wall with Counterspell up, and then use Lion Sash end of turn. Play Looting, okay. Lion Sash is good against this. Actually, I don't think we're playing Wall next turn. We're just going to use the Lion Sash. So they should flashback the Faithless Looting right now, because otherwise we can get him. All right, they found the line. Oh, that's a bummer. All right, graveyard gone, so we can no longer grow our Lion Sash. It's fine, though. We'll play land, Wall of Omens, and pass with Counterspell up. Oh, yeah, it's too risky to just jam that. They looked at 5 new cards on their last turn, so they're pretty likely to have something. Okay, I think I'll let this happen. Then we'll play Tundra and pass with the plan of playing Solitude end of turn. I don't think we have any need for our own graveyard, so I'll exile the Skyclave Apparition without any sadness. Playing Solitude does mean that we're no longer we lose our answer to Emrakul, but I think that's fine. I think our plan is to just not let them put Emrakul into play. We're just going to try and kill them. Okay. All right, nice. This works. So pretty quick pressure. We can hit them for 5 or 6. Yeah, we can hit them for 6. I guess I'm not going to crack this main phase. Let's just attack. Actually, do we just play Soulfire Grandmaster? Yeah, I think I will. I'm not going to use Lion Sash yet. I want to hold up mana to play around any potential shenanigans. Like I want to be able to counterspell if they have like a mana leak in their hand. We did see their deck list, but we did not see their hand. Fractured Identity. Okay. I think that is that's potentially beatable, actually. But then they get to exile our Soulfire Grandmaster too. Yeah, I think I will counter this. And then in turn, we'll grow this thrice. Oh, whoops. I guess we can only grow it once. So let's sack the Canyon then. Dig for more interaction. Okay. Teferi plus bribery, not bad. I'll grow this twice. Hit them for 6, and then they're dead. Oh no, hit them for 9. They're almost dead here. We're also at 28, which makes Tendrils harder to do. So I mean, they need to go for it right now. They know that. And they don't even try. All right, smooth start. Our opponent didn't do too much, so a little bit of a warm-up round, but I'll take it. We're en route to our 60th trophy, hopefully. See you in round 2. All right, here we are for round 2. We're on the draw, which is too bad, but this hand is too good, so we'll definitely keep it. Might have to pay a lot of life to this silent clearing, which is not ideal, but not the end of the world. Also, don't love drawing a 6-drop there. We do need to find some lands, but we have 3 mana sources, and we have a lot of card draw. Bitter Blossom. I guess we can take that with Skyclave Apparition. So it's only going to be a problem for 1 turn. I think I'll play the Signet first. There's an argument to leading with Wall, but this plays around. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, I think, either way. Sometimes it's nice to be able to use Signet the turn you play it, and we're not doing that here. Okay, but now this is exactly what I was hoping for. So now we get to fetch up a Tundra and go Skyclave Apparition into Oust. Pass. And then they are going to get that tireless tracker back in a bit, but we'll have some time to deal with it. Smokestack. I'm totally fine with that. Elspeth is pretty nice against Smokestack. So is all of the cards we've played are pretty good against Smokestack. Okay, I don't think there's much value in just jamming this Mox Emerald unless, actually there is. Oh, whoops. All right, that was absolutely not what I meant to do. I meant to attack and play Mox Emerald, and instead I did neither. It's fine. I don't think that we'll lose the game because of that, but a bit awkward. So put a counter on the Smokestack. We're probably sacking the Mole Drifter here. I guess Tireless Tracker is good with Smokestack, but they don't have a land? Hilarious. Okay. Bye-bye. Let's go. Land. Play this now. And now, even if they... Well, I guess Spell Pierce would be bad here, but... okay, they don't have Spell Pierce. Now, even if they are able to kill Elspeth, we get 3 tokens out of the deal. And that's very good against Smokestack. We'll pass. We'll see if they put a second counter on it. Alright, they sack their fairy, and then they do put a second counter on it. So, unless they're killing these tokens, that's going to be a little bit bad for them. They're going to have to sack 2 permanents on their turn. I mean, I guess Tireless Tracker does make clues. And it's kind of, I think it's whenever you sacrifice a clue for any reason. So, sacking them to Smokestack does still grow your tracker. Hardcast Mole Drifter of their own, okay. Definitely no attacks. Alright, let's sack 2 tokens. That's not exactly what we're looking for. Play Wall of Omens. Draw a card. Palace Jailer. That is exactly what we're looking for. So, play land. We're going to Palace Jailer and take out their flyer. It's bad if they get their Mole Drifter back for sure, but it's going to be hard for them to become the Monarch. I guess we do need to worry about Questing Beast. Yeah, they just conceded. Yeah, they were pretty dead there. All right, so playing against green-black Smokestack. I guess Sultai Smokestack. Oh, they just conceded the entire match. All right, fair enough. See you in the finals. All right, here we are for the finals. Unfortunately, we have been bested in the die roll once again. Oh, it's Team J-Bro. All right, that's a fun final boss here. He's on a mulligan. Playing against a red deck, I knew it. I had a sneaking suspicion this guy forces a lot of red aggro. So, I really don't like this being my first land, but I think it's still worth it to mana tithe them. We're going to be taking a lot of damage here, but we have Solitude. We can maybe gain it back. Okay, I think I'm going to play Wall here. Just stem the beats. This should be a really good matchup. Actually, I shouldn't F6. Goblin Rabble Master. Do we want to Solitude that? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to Skyclave Apparition to take it out. But I really don't like that we're having to pay so much damage with our mana. If we hadn't paid all this life with our land, I think we'd be just massively ahead. But instead, we're only a little ahead. Okay, Mizium Mortars, my Skyclave, they get a 3/3. It's not too bad. We're only taking 1 here. And they only have 1 card. Can we draw land? No, we cannot. Alright. Signet Pass with Miscalc up. This one we're taking 2 on board. But then we can play Solitude next turn, which should close it out pretty quickly. I don't think I'm going to cycle miscalc here because I don't want to pay a life. But I would love it if he just jammed a 3-drop. Char my face. Okay, that I will counter. They still get to, I mean, it still hits me for 2, funnily enough, because they have the prowess trigger plus my land being freaking terrible. But it's fine. You go to 7, draw land. Yes. Okay. Let's pass in Solitude. I think that's, like, we could try and get a little cute and do something else, but I think just getting the Solitude into play is what we need to be doing here. If they have an instant speed burn spell, it's pretty bad. Okay, they do have that. So we're going to go to 5. I think we're ahead here, but like a couple good top decks could easily swing it for them. So we'll play Urza. Pass, end of turn, crack this, Silent Clearing. They've gone through 2 burn spells so far. I don't think we have more life gain in our deck, but we do have counter magic. We need to close out the game, though. We can't just let them take infinite draw steps here. We've probably paid like 6 life off of our lands. Imagine if we were at 11. This would be so over. Gonna pass for 1 more turn, but then next turn we can start bringing the beats. We're gonna play Memory Deluge into Cathar Commando. Okay, Elspeth plus land. Then Elspeth plus to make some dudes. And at this point, it's 100% over unless they can burn us out. They're never going to be... I guess they could find, like Glorybringer or something could kill us. Still don't really have good attacks, unfortunately. But if we get to untap, we can flashback Memory Deluge and then be in a good position to find a counterspell, which would seal the deal. Okay, they hit the land. Do they have the dragon? They have Fractured Identity. That's scary. That puts us to 3. We can Fracture Identity, so I'm not too worried about the card itself, but I'm worried about the 2 damage. They flip a mountain, okay. No bolt, that's good. Okay. Time to win this game, or to take the initiative. We're gonna sweep their board. And hit them for 3, 6, 7. And the next turn we can hit them for 14. So we cannot quite kill them on board. If they had something to kill us, they would just slam it. So I'm pretty sure they're not like just sitting on Incinerate. I guess Incinerate's in the yard. Three mana is a lot, though. Just have creatures in hand, baby. Just have creatures and lands. You can even have some planeswalkers if you want. You can even have Minsk and Boo if you want. Yeah, just jam Minsk and Boo. That's how confident I am in our position. I'm okay with them having Minsk and Boo. I'm just not okay with you having Lightning Bolt. Oh, if that Silent Clearing was a Plains, we win this game so easily. Post board, we get to bring in Soulfire Grandmaster and Baneslayer Angel and Steel Seraph as good lifelinkers, and potentially Giver of Runes just to lower the curve. We can cut like some of the more awkward stuff like Bribery. Chromox. You have a 6-drop? Ha! Direfleet Daredevil with 4 mana up to cast Memory Deluge. So they're digging for Fire Blast. Did they find the Fire Blast? Mountain. Dang. Alright. Really tough loss there. We were in a very strong position, of course. Kitchen Finks coming up. Man. Okay, let's not go on tilt. We should have a good matchup here. We'll cut Bribery. We'll cut Palace Jailer. Bring in Baneslayer. Student of, or Soulfire Grandmaster. Do we want Steel Seraph? It's kind of awkward against some of their burn spells. Oh, cutting this freaking Silent Clearing, which single-handedly lost us that game. Brutal. Okay. What's the last card? Probably it's just Steel Seraph. And I don't think I really want Palace Jailer. It's not terrible, but it's not great. I do gotta respect, like, they found a cool non-traditional line and then won with it. So, like, fair enough. I'd rather that than just getting, like, cheesed out by a Ragavan turn 1 that we can't kill. You know, maybe we're not supposed to play Lion Sash. Maybe Giver of Runes is better. I think I'll do that. Keep the curve down. The more I look at my deck, this is just, like, the nightmare matchup for mono red. We have like lots of good cheap threats with lifelink, good blockers, relatively painless mana base. Yeah, should be a very good matchup, but we're still gonna have to win 2 consecutive games against mono red and against the trophy leader. Man, that Fire Blast. It's the only card that's ever been printed that would have done it there. Actually, no, I guess they could have also just found, like, Land Bolt. But great play by the Chromox. They could have just played Hazoret and tried to kill us over 2 turns, but they thought correctly that if they passed back to us, that would be probably recipe for disaster. I get to untap, like, draw more cards, either find counterspell or way to gain life or way to push damage. I don't think we misplayed there. It's not like they were really low on life. We could have maybe started attacking a bit earlier, but that didn't change that. I don't think we lost any life unnecessarily. All right. We get to be on the play. We get to mulligan this hand. This hand we'll keep and put back, I think, just the most expensive card. Fractured Identity is great, but this is also not the best matchup for it. All right. Planes go. Alright, I'm just going to jam the Soulfire Grandmaster. They might be able to kill it, but at least then they like have to do that. They have okay, that's the worst case scenario, that they're able to trade a 1 mana card with it, but still not terrible. Burst Lightning into Magda, okay. So I'm just going to go for the block on the Magda. We'll see if it works. We should let this resolve first, I think, so that if they kill the Cathar Commando, we can at least trade with their treasure token. This has been pretty brutal, though, so far. We mulliganed on the play, and then we traded their 1-drop traded with our 2-drop, and then their 2-drop traded with our 2-drop while making a treasure. So they've gotten the better end of every single exchange. And we lose our answer to the Cathar Commando. Okay, that's quite rough. Yeah, I think we're going to just lose here. Real bummer. I mean, it's definitely not over, but that's scary. Hopefully they're just going for the Mishra's Factory line. Steamkin, okay. All right. So especially given this this shuts down life gain, we're just gonna make it 2/2 and go for the block. All right, so good value with the Wandering Emperor. We're gonna take 2 more. Oh, come on, deck. Chandra minus kill this, hit us, or kill the Wandering Emperor, and then oh, they're plussing for mana and playing Eidolon. Okay, let's chump here. That is the kind of card we're looking for. All right, so I think we're still honestly behind. That Chandra is going to push damage, and Chandra's really good in the Sulfuric Vortex game. But I think if they brick for a couple turns, we could probably come back and win. But we need them to brick for a few turns. And the fact that they're adding mana with Chandra does not bode well. Okay, Hazoret's not actually scary here. Goblin Rabblemaster is also not too bad. Everything at us, so we'll go trade with Eidolon, chump, chump. Brutal. Alright, I think we need to take out Hazoret. Make some chump blockers. Play land and pass. But now this Chandra ultimate's threatening to become a problem. I guess we could have played fetch land to grab the Tundra, or to just shuffle the Fractured Identity back into the deck. Alright, they're sending everything, so we'll chump, double block, and take 2. Then we're going to go to 5. Ouch. I think that's just game. I guess I won't concede yet, technically, but I don't think there's anything we can draw. Because the Chandra puts us to 3, then the Sulfuric Vortex puts us to 1, and we can't kill them. And then if they have any spell here, that also gets us. Rough. All right. Tough loss there. I knew it. I think Team J-Bro just forced his aggro. Maybe not on stream, but off stream. Tough loss. I think this deck has a good aggro matchup. We don't have the best. Well, no, we have good cheap spot removal, lots of cheap threats that block well and gain life. And I even thought we had a reasonable draw there, but couldn't quite get there. So no trophy, unfortunately. Definitely cool league though. This deck is really, really strong. I can't believe the Palace Jailer wheeled there. Yeah, just a pretty sweet blue-white league. Not blue-white control, really. A little bit more blue-white mid-range, but pretty powerful nonetheless. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.